This player is untouchable on the Chinese Super Server right now at 2,000 points. He is a top lane JAX one trick. He's pretty much like Chinese TF Blade on crack. His name is Zhao Nao Bao. Don't know if I pronounced that right, but he is a freak show. Nobody can get close to him. He's been dominating all season long. Today, gonna jump onto the roof, break down his playstyle, and hopefully you guys can pick up a couple of tips and tricks for your own gameplay and climb some divisions. Into the top lane now. And I don't know what it is about these Chinese top laners, but it just seems like the most popular role in China. I don't know if it's the thing because like top lane, obviously, if you're stronger than them in the top lane, you can flex it harder than any role in my opinion. Mid lane, okay, you got a lot of jungle presence. The lane's pretty short. Bot lane, it's like it's support dependent. But top lane, it's like you're on an island. And if you perma fight and you're better than your opponent, you can just put them into the dirt and embarrass them. I don't know if this is like a Chinese culture thing, but they love the top lane. It's the most popular role up there. And this guy, he runs Ignite. He's permanently shoving the lanes, playing so aggressively. I've watched his a couple of games. It reminds me of the TF Blade playstyle where just so confident, looking for trades at every single point. Doesn't matter the matchup. They look for these trades and just try and ego test the enemy. Into a Camille matchup here. I mean, it's a favorable matchup for the JAX. But Camille still has counterplay if she knows how to use the hook shot correctly. So he shoves the first two waves. You can see him put a ward out just in case of that top lane gank. Camille is already half trade. Even she tanked a couple of those, too many of those minions. We Q in, E, stop the E as the hookshot comes through. He moves towards the Camille W to block the damage, decrease the damage, decrease the healing. I know this matchup is pretty tricky. We move in. I'm surprised he doesn't tank a tower shot. And we're going to try and crash this wave. I wouldn't be surprised if he just looks for the dive hit. We just saw Kha'Zix on the map, top side. He's going to get ganked. Has one biscuit. Hookshot is flashed. Camille doesn't have flash. She pops the ignite. We move in. We pop our own ignite. The E gets first blood. Looking for the 1v2. I think this Kha'Zix has to back off. Echo's hovering. He flashes in. Kha'Zix misses the W. Do we get a double kill? Double kill. And dude, every single game, I don't know if it's because he has so many games on JAX or he's just so confident, but he plays so cocky like this. You can see him like just queuing, flashing away from the hook shot, just completely looking for the 1v1, not even thinking about anything else. Just once that 1v1 gets the kill, now we get the pickaxe, move back into the lane. And I've seen him experiment with a couple of builds. Usually it's either Blade of the Ruined King or Divine Sundra. Sometimes I've seen him do Gore Drinker. Sometimes I've seen him even go really aggressive late game with an Hourglass. The builds he does, it seems so situational. Hull Breaker for the split push sometimes. I wish I could tell you when to go it, but like I've only watched maybe 4 or 5 of this guy's games, and I've seen his highlight clips and stuff like that, but like I'm not a top laner. I'm not a JAX player. I can't tell exactly what to build. Well, I mean, right now I know that the Camille is pretty much stuffed. Always looking for that E. You try and stun him as the Camille is looking at the hookshot. Cancels it. Massive wave here. I don't think we can get the dive. But if we were able to get the dive on a wave like this, like I feel like the jungle should be topside here. It would be absolutely massive. Might just see him look for a W trade and then Q out. Yep. The red buff and then move back in. Here comes the, oh my god, ganked. Q's out of the way from the Lissandra W. It's E'd. He has his E up. Forces Lissandra flash, Q's out. Jeez, you know the enemy team is just... Kha'Zix gank, Lissandra gank, everybody trying to stop him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to hustle this Lissandra out. I thought he was going to try and stop the base to waste more time for the Syndra, but... He's going to pull a freeze here. Level 6 off about 6 minions or so. Should be on this wave. I'm not saying he's... Always hard shoving is a bad way to put it. Like, if there's an opportunity to freeze, he will. But a lot of times, especially when he gets the lead, he is shoving and looking for dives with that ignite in the early game. I think that's why he just simply runs the ignite. He looks for those early... Level 6 now. He looks for those early dives. especially the 2v2s with his jungle, you can't deny a JAX dive. Like in the early game, if you have a good jungle like a Viego or something, you just dive them. You crash the wave, dive them with the E, and they're dead. Especially with how many top E lands. We do have Ignite. She's just dead. Kha'Zix's gonna make his way in. I don't think you want to fight into this wave, brother. Trying to make sure that the Kha'Zix can't get isolated Qs. And do you just see how, like, he just pulls so much pressure? It's like, when I did a couple of those TF Blade VODs when he was over in Korea, TF Blade played the exact same strategy, actually. Is JAX broken, or is it just this type of top lane playstyle? You can see you get the Vamp Scepter. You gotta be going for that Blade of the Ruin King. Absolutely bonkers item. So right now on the Super Server, by the way, he is rank 1, 2,000 points. There's a support main behind him. There's actually 2 support mains. There's a guy called Sora. Then there's that Pudding guy who's the Pyke player I did a review on. And then behind them, there's a couple of 80 carry jungle mains. Beifeng is way down, bro. Kiana just got nerfed. Poor guy's suffering. Dopa stuck in Masters. He actually just transferred here to the normal. He's not on the Super Server. He's actually playing a little bit on the normal Chinese server. The Ionian server. So the server right now has so much competition and so many one-tricks that a lot of the players are just unable to climb above, like, low, like Masters feels like Challenger on the servers, Beifeng was saying. And we know what happened when I played on the Super Server. I was in gold and I was getting gapped. Like, the server's just stupid, ridiculous. As the Echo looks to the dive onto the Camille. If Ash's Q auto passive gets out, doesn't need to blow. This is just going to be an absolute annihilation here. Gonna eat up these plates. And honestly, he doesn't run TP. I talk about this a lot in my videos, guys. Like, dude, TP is such an overrated rune. If you bring a combat summoner, especially in your lower elo games, you just gap people, bro. You get so much more pressure in the 1v1. A lot of people aren't flanking with TP correctly. They can't split bush correctly. Blade of the Ruin King done at 8 minutes here. Only threat enemy team is the Kha'Zix. Did you buy Control Ward? But yeah, I don't know. He's had a lot of matchups against 14 Fiora. I think 14 Fiora is ranked... 14 Fiora is still top 10, by the way. And there's that Chow Meng, he plays the set, and the Aatrox, that guy. These two have had pretty good matchups in the past. I think he gets banned. JAX gets banned every single matchup in that. So I've never seen him play JAX against him. Oh god, you can't stop a JAX with Blade. Like, this is just gonna be. Guys, as soon as you hit Blade of the Ruin, like Blade of the Ruin King, especially if you hit it early game, just perma trade, perma 1v1, take the tower, farm the enemy jungle camps, and you're just a nuisance. It is so annoying to deal with a fed JAX like this. It's got to be one of the best 1v9 champions in the game for carrying. But yeah, the Aatrox and Set guy that hit 2,000 LP last season, he's currently around 1,200 LP. But the Super Server is always... the top 10 seems to change around quite a lot over the year. Because they do multiple resets, obviously. They don't have one season reset. They have multiple in the season. It's the shield, looking for the... Ooh. He tanks. And he'll just make his way out. Such a joke. Boo delivery comes in, by the way. Yeah, it changes quite often because of how the resetting works. I wish normal servers reset multiple times a season as well. But because the Chinese Super Server is meant to be like the holy grail, and a lot of streamers and stuff, they make Riot in China make it a lot more competitive, give the streamers a lot more content. It's a lot more heavily monitored, by the way. If you int on the Chinese Super Server, you will be banned. There's a lot of even when I was playing on the Chinese Super Server, listen to this, I had Chinese writers message me when someone inted me. They'd say, "Hey, we just removed that player instantly." I'm not kidding. I wish we had that on normal Western servers. It's like when I was streaming on that server, if someone inted me, they would literally just remove them. They're like, well, that player's inting you. They said something really bad, straight gone. It's very, very restrictive. You can't be an absolute menace on the server without being removed. That's why like the streamers will message the people and then someone will get removed and get taken off. Like I wish we could do that on normal servers, but Riot, I get people running down, win trading my games. I message Riot and don't know wall, nothing. I don't know if they don't care. I never knew you could do that E-back mechanic. I don't know if they don't care or they got more important things going on, but like it seems like high-elo is not monitored on Western servers. Even in Korea, it's definitely not. But in China, it seems like it is. But you know what's weird? So you can't... Listen to this. So in China, some of these streamers play on their viewers' accounts. But you're not allowed to do that on the super server. So like, some of these streamers like Jialei Ban and Beifeng, like they will play on normal Chinese servers because there's like 20 something of them, right? And they'll play on their viewers' accounts and boost them. Their viewers will give them the password details. He'll log in, hard stomp a bunch of games, log off. But you can't do that on the Chinese super server. So like, boosting's allowed, but not on specific servers, and like it's just very odd to me. As we actually flash in here for the kill. Doesn't drop the ignite. I wonder why he flat like that. This Camille's barely worth gold now. Kazak's starting to pick up the heat a little bit. Careful. We're sitting on 3,000 gold though. I wonder what our mythic would be. It should be, I mean, normally it's Blade into Divine Sunder. That's what most of the High-elo JAX one tricks do. Triforce, really? Triforce. Is Triforce max damage compared to Divine Sunder because they don't have any tanks? It's the only reason. This is like an old school JAX build. If I knew Chinese, I could translate. I'm sure he's explaining. If any Chinese in the chat, tell me. In the comments. I always thought Kha'Zix was actually trash, but I've run into a couple of very high-elo Kha'Zix one-tricks in EU West in my Grandmaster Challenger climb. And the champion, when played perfectly, is so broken. Chasing, chasing, chasing. Oh! It's awkward as hell. Yeah, dude, Kha'Zix is actually very strong, I didn't realize. It's the invisibility and the mobility that they get. Not really necessarily the damage, it's just how you play the team fights in the mid-late game. You can just, in and out, be such a nuisance. Give me those Krugs, boy. Echo, stun. 112 gold, this poor Camille. I feel bad. Thank you, Echo, for the Herald. I mean, this jungle is playing so well towards him. Kha'Zix picks up the Echo, though. We're going to have to try and look for the 1v2. Syndra maybe moving across. It's probably, maybe it's going to be more than a 1v2. Camille out of the base in 2. 1. Ignite popped. Gets to Lissandra. Looking for the Kha'Zix now. Camille's coming. Camille's coming. Be fast, be fast, be fast. Here's Camille. Oh god. 9-0. It's just, I don't know, man. I honestly think it's just one of those champions. When these champs get ahead, like a JAX, you just know it's going to be a bad game. You just know it's never going to be an easy road to carry as he starts making his way towards the hull breaker. And once he gets this, obviously the extra resistances you get, cannons are going to be tanky and do more damage. Disgusting. Is there a better top lane carry than the JAX, like a side lane threat? I think Camille is good, but it's just the E ability that I think is the most broken. And now he's just going to look constantly for this top lane inhib. Hopefully bring the bot lane out. The bot lane looks to the roam and they can take the top lane inhib. Camille can't really farm. They need to shut him down. If they don't shut him down now, like before the hull breaker is done, you should get Kha'Zix, Lissandra all coming in the mid lane. So Lissandra's bot, you're fine. Enemy Kai'Sa though. A lot of people say don't take early inhibs, but if he takes this inhib, then just rotates bot, takes all those tier 2s. As we're going to look for the 1v3. Pops the ultimate. I actually think he's dead here. And greeting like that, the only way it's worth it is if you get the bot lane tower. But the problem is, it was only 3. Can't drop the inhib. Now he has to make a decision. No TP as well. And this is where the no TP does come a problem. Like, obviously having TP from the mid to late game is going to be much more beneficial. Especially to a side laner. So, wondering how he's going to end this game out. He's going to get the hull breaker, which means definitely not grouping. Kha'Zix picks up the dragon. Would lose. 100 magic resist, 130 armor. 2.5k health, doing well. And now he's going to run through down to bot side. It's Kai'Sa, man. She's not even worth a bounty. Only Kha'Zix worth a bounty. Objective bounty's turned off, by the way. Enemy team coming back into the game. Funny how much more Lissandra gets picked on China than any other server. It's because of the constant skirmishing, Lissandra does very well. I had good success with Lissandra in China. When I played it in Korea, not so much. Not really any complex mechanics with JAX, guys. It's just... You get auto resets with your W. Ultimate's pretty simple. E's simple, no, like... One thing with the E's you'll see very good JAX players doing is they don't use it at the beginning sometimes. They'll just wait until last second, use the E, and then they'll bait everything out. That's the Gromp. He wants to play aggressive onto the Kai'Sa, but he wants to see where the Kha'Zix is first. Finds the Kha'Zix. Just gonna keep clearing in. Kha'Zix picks up the Syndra. Dude, this game, why is this game so hard? Just push bot, push bot, push bot. Oh. He wants to go in, man. Look at him trying to go in on 4 there. Probably could be working on the bot side tower now. Oh my god, finds the cat. Okay, gets the shutdown onto the Kha'Zix. Look at the AP Shaco boxes, man. Are you serious? Oh. It's like a TikTok meme. Have you seen the Chinese TikToks where they're just like enemy team runs into 20 AP Shaco boxes? We have flash here. We flash in. We're going to get the double kill and get the top lane in here. That's pretty much going to be game. He knew his strength and he just went for it. Guess the bounty's coming back on. This just looks so annoying to us. Don't. What are you do not? Are you, he's going to go for the ant. Okay. Is he serious? $3,000 in the bank. I wonder what his 4th item is here. Game's pretty much done, guys. I'm just looking for a montage from here. There's not like there's nothing enemy team can do to come back from this. What's the buy? He wants Death Dance, but he can't afford it. completing boots. Screw boots. You could just, I mean, he's just gonna wait. Wait for that DD, baby. You get such bullshit items on bruises, man. It pisses me off. You could go into, like, from here, you could go into GA, you could go into, I mean, you could go into more, I mean, ugh. When is it Mage's turn? We did have good itemization for a second there. Seeker's Arm Guard and Verdant Barrier used to be broken, like, you could, but nowadays, dude, building a Seeker's early, building Verdant Barrier, like, it just feels like you gotta build damage as mid lane mages now. If you go resistances, it just always ends up sucking. Feels like you're a wet noodle. Kai'Sa. I want to say can't carry, but she's 10 CS per minute doing pretty well. You can tell these players know what they're doing. It's just that Camille got gapped so hard that it's just impossible to play for the enemy team. You talk to a top laners, like obviously JAX Camille matchup's pretty hard to play for Camille, but a good Camille will be able to hold on. The Echo gets cleaned up. He's just going to work on the bot side in him. Sandra wants to grab him. Ultimate comes through. CC. Lulu Polymorph is going to make it so easy for them as he goes in, looking for the 1v4. I don't think he can get a 1v4. Trying to wait for the E. He goes down. Kai'Sa picks it up with the Collector. And I don't know what's going on here. This team's really not getting much. Probably needs Mercs. I would say you definitely need Mercs, man. Without Mercs, this game is going to be a little bit difficult in these team fights to 1v5. But it does definitely, if you watch it, guys, it reminds you of a TF Blade. If you generally put TF Blade's face onto this VOD and like put his voice, I would believe it's him the way he plays. TF Blade is a little bit more patient, in my opinion. TF Blade a lot of the times will wait. Obviously, yes, he'll scream for his jungler's help. But that's just how top laners are. This team is trying their damn hardest to throw this game, by the way. Hate when this happens, when you have such a lead, and this probably happens in your solo queue games. I get such a lead, and my team's like, oh, bro, my mid lane is so fed. I'll just look for plays and montages and have fun. They die 6 times over, and then I can't carry, and then they start pinging you. Oh, you had all the gold, you couldn't carry. It's like, dude, if you just dropped your ego, sat back, and enjoyed the ride, I would have given you a free man. But now you've ruined it and ruined the fun for everybody. You just, like, that happens so often in solo queue. You gotta know when to be carried in League of Legends. It's one of the biggest tips I can give. Me, I know when to be carried. I mean, I'm always carried. But I know especially when to be carried. He wants his entire team to do Baron. Oh, he wants his entire team to do Baron, and then he just sits bot. They're not going to do it. Screw Baron. They want to fight. How boring is Baron? Tower! Nice. Bro, you got to be so careful. They actually could easily make a comeback. As long as the Kai'Sa plays around JAX's, she's going to delete. She's much better than this. I don't even know if this Tristana's a real player. What is this Syndra doing, man? Finally, we get our Mercs. Get the stopwatch. Oh my god. Look at that inventory. Stopwatch, Flash, Ignite, Hull Breaker, Death Dance, Blade of the Ring. Like, Jesus Christ. This Syndra's just trying to pad her stats, get those CS scores up. She's doing pretty well. Just her macro, it feels weird. Alright, finally she hits the base. Don't you dare die, Kha'Zix. Sorry, Echo. Oh my god. This game looks so boosted, bro. Take the win. But this happens a lot actually in the Chinese Super Server if you watch it. Everyone just wants to fight over and over. They don't actually really do objectives. Even when you're a team, when I was playing Super Server, I had like 30, 40 kill leads. Enemy team doesn't FF, just plays out and just headbutts the enemy team 5-5 over and over and over again. And sometimes the enemy team would just make a massive comeback and win. It's pretty annoying. And we're just going to head down to the bot lane. We have Hull Breaker looking for the split. Why are they looking to shove the... We have 1, 2, 3 in base here. Pick up the mid lane tower. Kai'Sa gets the Tristana, and we're looking for a flank. We have Flash, we have Ignite. We need to kill Kai'Sa. Okay, AP Shaco doing some bloody work. Camille. Just pop the ult early. There you go. Pop the ult early. Kill this Kai'Sa and then run it into the Nash. E. Now Nash and end. 27 minutes this game's gone on. What the hell happened? Kha'Zix wants to steal. We ward over into the stopwatch. I think this might have been a little bit of an awkward play. He wants to try and zone the Kha'Zix as his team finishes. Dude, just get back on it. AP Shaco sets up the boxes. Elixir. No elixir? If that was me, I would buy... Dude, enemy Kai'Sa is like 11 CS minute. Maybe I'll buy... USS? X? I don't know. I would sell Stoppy and get something. Because next fight, this fight has to be GG, I think. Obviously, ideally, he just wants to sit. Make his way towards a GA in case something goes wrong, but... I'm an all or nothing player. I'll buy 1,500 gold worth of elixirs. I don't care. Oh my god. 4v5 again. Guys, what is going on, man? He is not partaking in this fuckery. Absolutely not. Grabs the third dragon. This game has frustrated me. I'm literally tilted. I'm not even playing. Finally, we're going in. We have Flash. E. Top watch by Camille's nice. He's got. Do you see how he goes in, he gets his E, and then he zones out. Flashes in for the Ludley. E proc, looking for the Lissandra now. Doesn't have stopwatch, might get collected. Kai'Sa goes in. Dude, Kai'Sa is playing this tremendously well. And we straight up might lose this. Is he really going to go Zhonya's this game? I was telling you, bro. I saw in some of his VODs he goes Zhonya's. Does it make sense? Kind of. I think JAX has a little bit of AP ratios, no? Back off Gunblade JAX. Plus, it allows you to team fight, use the stopwatch, come out, your E's back up. Kind of like with Fizz E. These teams get ace, man. This is what happens in the Chinese Super Server, okay? Like, there is, from my experience, there's so many role gaps. Like, this top lane gap was ridiculous. This bot lane gap is ridiculous. And it makes the game... It just makes the game so frustrating to play because it just feels like there's always inters. You don't have this consistent games. Like, when I play EU or NA High-elo, a lot of the times it's like everyone's pretty close in skill level. But when you play in Chinese Super Server, it just feels like there's always one player who's like bored his account, or there's something weird going on, and he just can't play the game. It's just weird. I don't know if it's like just freaks and they're that much better, or I'm not sure. We have 290 armor, 170 magic resist. Kha'Zix and Camille both dead. All three are mid. If we just run down bot now, we're just gonna win the game. We need the minions though, fast. Well, I'm guessing he gets it if the things come up. Last 15 seconds, Lavod. He's just gonna end the game straight up. I don't think the Ice is gonna make it. This game was frustrating, gentlemen. Rank 1, Chinese Super Server. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you boys on the next review. Peace.